Okay, hi everybody. We're back again. How are you, my dear students? I hope all of you have a great days, and I hope all of you stay safe and keep yourself at home to protect yourself from dangerous diseases. I think now we finished the unit 9 with so many important lessons like the type of energy, convection, radiations, conductions, and lessons like conductors and insulators. Today in this new lesson we are going to start with you a new lesson that is related to the previous lessons like conductors and insulators, and you have to understand well the previous lessons like insulators and conductors in case of what to understand our new lesson today in unit 10. So today we will start with a new unit which is unit 10, and this is the first lesson that we will take it in the unit 10. Okay guys, it's shocking. Okay, page 502 and 503. Open your book now please with me, page 502, 503. So I think this image is familiar to all of the students here. I think all of you remember this image exactly. If that's it's always defined like this station near from your house or from your city. Okay, but is what exactly? This is the high voltage station. Okay guys, this is the high voltage stations have what exactly? Transmission towers. Okay guys, the transmission towers are an example of what, of towers that you can find it where exactly in the high voltage stations. And this place is dangerous for workers, by the way, that work in this place exactly. Because why? Because they're repairing the wires that have what exactly? High voltage. Okay, for that reason that it causes to them what? Death. Okay, it causes to them what? Death. Okay, working around electric utility lines is dangerous. I told you that because why? Because the workers that repair the lines here or the huge wires here are what are faced the death when they repairing some huge wires, or if they touch a wrong wire. That's what I mean. Okay guys, that's what I mean. So even on a hot day, a worker who repairs electric utility lines must be bundled up in protective clothing. What does mean of that, guys? See this man now. He wearing exactly what? He wearing a clothes that made of plastic, okay, or insulators. It will keep what it will keep him what it will keep his body safe from what, from the high voltage. Okay guys, the high voltage of electricity. Okay, for that reason here the rubber and plastic used in the protective clothing to do not allow electric charges to what, to flow through them. Okay, so like the gloves or the shoes or the clothes that they wear it exactly are made of what exactly? It's made of plastic or insulators that protect them body from where? From the electric charges. Okay guys, or the high voltage. Okay, or the high voltage. Okay, or huge voltage. Okay. Okay, so what does mean of insulators? That I think all of you remember what does mean of insulator, the material that it resists the flow of electric charge. Okay guys, so it will protect the body of the worker from what? From the electric charge, okay, or the high voltage, in case of protecting his body, okay, or to keep him safe. So it's made of what? Of insulators like plastic, rubber, whatever. Okay, material that resists the flow of electric charge, or the huge or high voltage. Okay, that through what? Flow through what? The wires here, the huge wires. Like this person now preparing what exactly? The huge wires of the transmission tower in case of what? Fixing some problems here. So if they touching a wrong wire, so it caused them what? It caused to them what? Death. Let's complete it. Okay, electric charge flow through metals and some liquids. You remember that I told you many times that the conductors, there are so many kinds of conductors like metals like copper, iron, aluminium, whatever. But what about liquids? Also, I told you also there are some liquids are conductors, like what? Like the salt water. Okay guys, so all of these are examples of what? Of liquids and metals that conduct what? The charge of energy. Okay, or the electric charge. That's what I mean. Okay, what about conductor, guys? Conductors, it's, I told you, the material that is what? It's allow electric charge to pass through it. Okay, guys, I think sure you remembered when I told you about something like the wire of copper, that it's used to what? To make the wires to what? To allow electric charge to pass through it. Okay, guys, so any kind of metal, it's work like what? Like a conductor. Okay, and insulators like what exactly? Insulators like what? Wood, plastic, rubber. Okay, all of these are example of what? Of insulators. Okay, electrical appliance work when electric charge flow through them. Okay, so this made of what exactly? These devices or appliances, electrical appliances, is made of what? Of electric charges, or of conductors, or from the conductors, or is made of conductors or metals that what help the what electric charge to flow through them. Okay, guys, the parts that carry electric charge are made from conductors, so insulators are wrapped around conductors to make what appliance safe to handle. That I mean, so for that reason, these devices are made of what exactly? Made of conductors and insulators. Conductors, why it's made of conductors? The first thing, it's made of conductor because what? It helped the electric charge to flow through them. Okay, but why also they cover them again with some insulators like plastic or rubber, in case of what? To protect you from that electric charge. Okay, that's what I mean. So like any device here, it's made of what exactly? Again, from insulators and conductors. And conductors like metals that help what? Electric charge to what? To flow through it. And what else? It is made, and it's covered with what exactly? With the plastic or rubber or any kind of insulator, in case of what? Of to keep you safe from electric charge. Okay, or high voltage. Okay, guys, this is, I think, is so easy to understand it, because I know all of you remember electric charge are conductor and insulators. Here also blocks here, if you remember, so it's made of what also, guys? Here it's made of insulators and conductors, both together. Why, guys? In case of what? Conductors, in case of what? Allow the what? Allow electric energy to what? To pass through it. Okay, guys, or to flow, or electric charge to flow through it. Okay, and why it's made also of insulators, or it's why it's covered with insulators like a plastic, to what? Protect you from what exactly? I told you, electric charge. Okay, what about this one? Okay, if you touch this one, it's a plug that if you touch it, in case of insert it in the plug on the wall, what will happen here exactly? It's made exactly, first of all, it's made of what? It's made of plastic and metals. Okay, so why it's made of plastic and metals both together? Because I told you, the plastic or the rubber here covered the metal, in case of what? Of protect you from what? From the electric charge. And what about the metal? Why it's made here from metal? Because it allowed the electric charge to flow through it. Okay, allow to electric charge to flow through it. So easy. So the parts of plug that you hold here, I mean, and the covering on the wire are insulators. The metal springs that go into the outlet are good conductors. That's what I mean. So this is the outlet. Okay, and this is the plug. What about now this one also? This is another example of what? Insulators and conductors, like what? Like the copper itself. The copper itself is what? Is conductor, because it's made of metal. Okay, guys, so the electric charge will flow through it here, and it's covered with what? It's covered with plastic or rubber, in case of what, guys? To protect you and to keep you safe, okay, from the electric charge. So now this is the insulator, that's what I mean, and this is the what? Conductor. Okay, this is our lesson today, and I think now we have to solve the activity in the book before we start solving the booklet. Okay, I think here, okay, here they talking about insulator or conductors and some dangers they face it some workers here when they change or repair some wires here. Let's go to the next page. Yes, here. I think here, let me zoom in the page please first. Okay, we'll zoom in the page and then I will start to what? To explain well the activity here. Why are insulators used exactly? Okay, why are insulators used? I think all of you now remember from my explanation why insulators are used exactly, but you have here to remember why insulators are used, okay, before I try to prepare some answers, okay guys? Okay, so what we can write here guys, tell me. Because insulators okay, resist the flow of electric charge electric charge. Okay, charge to what exactly? It's what it's work like what to resist the flow of electric charge, and what else? And wires are covered with insulators, and wires are covered with insulators. In case of what guys? Why it's covered with insulators? Because people can handle them safely, so that we what we learn, so that will help to handle them safe. Okay guys, to handle them safely. Okay, sorry, save. Okay, this is the answer. I think it's a complete answer. Insulator resists the flow of, because the insulator, first of all, there's two reasons. Because insulator resists the flow of electric charges, okay? Okay, what else? Because the insulators will resist the flow of electric charge, and wires are covered with insulators because what also? Because it will help people to handle them safely, okay guys, so you can touch it easily without any problem. Okay, now here they asking you about this is what and this one is what exactly. Sure, it's so easy. This one is the conductor, is made of copper, so for that reason is conductor, okay? Is made of what metal? Like copper, okay? This one is conductor. And what about this one? This one is what? Is insulator. Okay, so this one is insulator and this one is what? Conductor. So you have to write here conductor because it's made of copper, and this one is what? Is made of plastic or rubber, so for that reason this one is what? Insulator. So you have to write here what? Insulator. Okay, now let's start now solving the booklets. Okay, I think we stop here. Last time I think we stopped in page 60, I think, and some of you solved these pages. Thank you for the students who solved these pages. Thank you so much for them. Thank you so much to them. And choose the, let me start with these. Choose the correct answer. Ali going to stir very hot soup. He wants to use a spoon that will keep his hand from getting too hot. So which material would be best for a spoon? Okay, it's made of what exactly? I think all of you remember is what is the correct answer. Okay guys, the spoon should be made of what? Of wood, because the wood is insulator that keep what? That keep the hand of the boy what? Save from what? From energy or from too much heat. Okay, so I have to remark this one. Okay, the next question now, question number 2. Nadia is planning to take a hot sandwich to school for lunch, so she wants to wrap the sandwich to keep it warm. Which material would best keep the sandwich warm? I think the waxed paper is the best material that keep the sandwich warm, because what, guys, it has a two layers. That's waxed layer that what keep the sandwich hot and prevent the heat to move out of the sandwich itself. So for that reason I have to write here what the waxed paper. Okay, guys, because why? Because the waxed paper is work like insulator. Paper is kind of material that are that are insulators. Okay, guys, let's go to the next page now. Okay, let me read it well here. Okay, Asim is making a poster about conductors and insulator. Which of the objects should he list as a conductor? Okay, guys, which one of them is conductor? Should it's considered to be a conductor? It sure is letter D, which is what aluminium can. Okay, guys, so I will select this one, which is what aluminium can. Okay. Let's go to the next page now. Omar buys a battery for his flashlight. Which type of energy does the battery have? Electrical energy. So is electrical energy that what will change to what? To light energy. Electrical energy that will change to what? To light energy. If you remember the lesson of changing energy, or changing energy from light to from electrical energy to light energy, or from kinetic energy to mechanical energy, or whatever. If you remember the lesson of energy, that's what I mean. So we have to select letter D here. Okay, sorry, I think we have to select this one. Okay, let's move to the next page now. Yusuf holds an ice cube in his hand. So this is example of what, guys? If you hold something cold and your hand is warm, so this is example of conduction. Okay, guys, this is example of conduction. Because why? Because two objects are touching. Okay, guys, because two objects are touching. Fossil fuels are major source of energy. Which material is not a fossil fuel? Which one of them is not a fossil fuel? Which one of them is not fossil fuel? Sure, is wood. Wood is not fossil fuel. Okay, look at the picture below. As the soup gets hotter, it heats up the spoon. So this is example of what, guys? Because there is what? There is two objects in touching. So for that reason we call this one is what? Conduction. Okay, I have to select this one, conduction. Okay. Which form of energy results from vibration that travel through air? I know that energy vibration of air energy that travel through the air is example of the sound energy. Okay, guys, it's the example of the sound energy. Rakan and his family sit around the campfire. What provide energy to keep the fire going? So what kind of energy, or what kind of material that keep the energy going? Okay, it's what? It's the wood. Okay. The last question now. Question number 10. The picture below shows Ali's experiment on which object will potter melt first. Okay. So which object that will help the potter to melt faster? Sure, is the metal. Because why? Because the metal is conductor. So for that reason I will select which one, the C. Okay, metal spoon. So the experiment on which object will potter melt first. Now let's solve the last let's solve the homework of our lesson today also, which is the insulator and conductor. So here they asking you now, They give you first of all two definitions in case to understand them: insulator, material that resists the flow of electric charges, and conductors, that material that allow electric charges to pass through it. Okay, so you have to differentiate between them. Okay, question number 1, put true or false. Electricity worker clothing is made up of insulators. It's true or false, guys? Sure, it's true. Okay, it's made of what? Of insulators, sure. The part of the plug that you hold is made of conductor. Is made only of conductor? No, the part of the plug that you hold, where you catch it, or from where you hold it exactly, is made of conductor? No, it's made of what? It's made of insulator. From where you hold it, it's made of what? Of insulator. So this one is false. So the wrong answer is what? Is conductor. It's not conductor, it's insulator. Okay, you have to write here insulator. So number 3, insulators are wrapped around conductors to make wires safe. Okay, so this one is true. This one is what? True. Metals and liquids are insulators. Metals and liquids are insulators. This one is correct. Sure, no. Metals and liquids are not. Metals are conductor, not insulator. What about liquid? Liquid, guys, is insulator or conductors? Not all liquid, by the way, insulators. Some liquids are what? Are conductors. Like what exactly? Like some oils. The oil is what? Is insulator. And silicone oil also is insulator. And organic liquids. Organic liquids are what? Insulators. But not all of the liquids are insulator, because the salt water also is what? Is conductor. Okay, so metals and liquids are insulator. This one is false. The last one, insulators are used for protection. Sure, it's true. The last one now, I think here, the last question, question number 2 and 3. They asking you to give 2 examples for conductors here, guys. What we can write here in let me write for you here. So conductors like what, guys? Covers. Okay, the covers. Okay, cover that used to what? To make most of wires. To in or used in making most of wires. Okay, number 2, another example. What also? Metals like what? Stainless steel. Okay, guys, metals like what we can write? Which kind of metal that we should write it, guys? Stainless. Okay, stainless is what? Stainless is example of what? Metals that like stainless, that what? That used, okay, to make the kitchen's tools. Okay, the kitchen's tools. Okay, guys, kitchen tools. Okay, kitchen tools. Okay, this is 2 examples of what? Of conductors, copper and metals like stainless. Okay, guys, now question number 3, give 2 examples for insulators. Examples of insulators like what, guys? Plastic that cover the wires. Plastic that covered the wires. And what else? Plastic that cover the wires, and what? Wood that used in some kitchen tools. Wood that used in making what? Some kitchen tools. Okay, something like this. Okay, plastic or wood or anything. So thank you for listening and goodbye.